What's going on YouTube? Andrew Huang here again for LPX Tech, and welcome to my full review of the Samsung Gear VR Innovator Edition for the Samsung Galaxy S6. Now quickly, I must apologize, my voice is a little bit shot today, so if my voice kind of goes up and down and all over the place, I do apologize for that, but hopefully I can still get my point across. Now, before I dive into the full review, I must quickly state that this is pretty much going to be a comparison of the S6 edition to the Note 4 edition. And that's because if you haven't seen my video of my original review on the Gear VR, just go ahead and click that annotation here. Pretty much that's going to take you to the entire Gear VR playlist as well as the full review demo that I did for the Note 4 edition. But here's a quick montage of clips that pretty much sums up the experience. Oh my gosh! Oh jeez! Hi! 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 No! No! This is pretty much how Battlefield should be.
Oh my, whoever thought of this, you just took virtual reality to a level that should not have crossed.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Can you look up? Hey! This is insane!
Oh, he's still right there. Oh, don't look back. Oh my gosh. Ah! Oh my god! Ah! Ah! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Ah! Oh my god! Ah! Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! No! Close! Ah! Ah! No! 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 Don't pound the door! I have nowhere else to go! Lunch! Oh shoot! This feels weird.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the experience from the Note 4 Gear VR pretty much transferred over to the S6 version. So to sum up that experience and to quickly just give you the highlight of my full review video, I pretty much stated that this is the future. I wholeheartedly believe in this technology and where it's going. The fact that they're starting to already prototype 360-degree cameras, YouTube's getting on board, a lot of the major publishing companies are, some movie companies are jumping on board, and a lot of the app developers are growing as well too. Whether people want to believe it or not, this is actually a technology that might be better adopted than 3D was a few years ago. I mean, the experience, especially for those of you who've actually tried it, the experience is just that good. It is not like the Virtual Boy back in the 90s where it was just weird VR and it was just headache inducing. It's not like that at all. This is true immersion gaming experience, movie watching, whatever you want to call it. And I can tell you right now, when you're comparing these two devices, it's not actually the head units you want to compare, it's actually the phone devices. And the reason I bring that up as my first comparison point is that while the Note 4 was a beast of a phone when it came out last fall, the S6 pretty much took everything the Note 4 had and just made it better. It's just better performance, better capacity, and better power consumption. And that is definitely reflected on the actual gameplay when you play the apps. Because on the original Note 4, one of the biggest issues was the heating issue. Because after you played it for about 15 to 40 minutes at most, it would pretty much pop up and say, the device is too hot, needs to cool down, stop playing. And that's not optimal by any means. Now, I was probably one of the very few people that can actually look past that and still pretty much took it for as it was. Now, keep in mind, folks, before you go into the comment boards commenting on that, these are Innovator Editions. They don't come out and say that these are full retail versions. These are pretty much for people who just want to give the technology a try. But I can tell you right now, on the S6, that heating issue has pretty much virtually disappeared. Is it outright gone? No. But you can definitely play for extended periods of times. So the most I played so far, it's about 4.5 hours, because that was actually me playing around with the apps, playing with the 360 videos, and then ending with the movie. And even after the 4.5 hours were done, the device was warm. Don't get me wrong, it does heat up, but I never got that error message, as well as I never saw a spike in the performance, dip at all. So pretty much in that short time period, they improved the performance of the phone that much, to the point that it can actually handle some of these apps perfectly now. Now, is there still room for growth? Of course there is. That's why the Note 5 coming out this fall is going to be very exciting. But another improvement on the phone is actually the screen quality. Now, while the two devices share the same 2K resolution, the pixel density on the S6 is actually smaller than the Note 4, so that in turn actually lowers the screen door effect. Now, is it completely gone? No. Because if you watch some of the HD movies and if you really focus in, you can see it. I'm one of the people that actually really don't care about it and actually look past it because all the movies to me, to be honest, look in HD. But I know there's people out there that will literally complain as soon as they see that pixel. They're going to be like, oh, it's too blurry, I can't see it. Everyone has their own opinion on it, but pretty much the vast majority of people that I've seen play with this thing have pretty much not even paid attention to that. And some of you who are new to this technology might ask, how's the sensitivity of it? Is it actually pretty free-flowing? And the answer to that is yes. Because if you actually watch some of my older videos where I actually could record the videos before the Lollipop update, the transitions were seamless. You were in the environment. No matter how quick you turn your head, that's how quickly the video is moved. Like, that's how clean and precise the sensors are on these things. So let's move on to the actual hardware piece stuff, because that's where some of you might actually have questions on. So aside from the phone being better performance than the Note 4 and obviously outperforming it, what other enhancements did they make to the actual Gear VR unit? So the one thing I want to quickly show you is the actual headband that goes on it. So I'm not sure if you can see it on my video, but as you can tell, the Note 4 edition is just straight, while the S6 edition actually has a curve around the strap area. And that curve is actually for your ear. So it actually fits better when you wear it. So let me show you. So when you're wearing the Note 4 edition, pretty much you're forced to have the straps over your ear. So when you're using headphones, it's kind of difficult to shimmy them through there. But with the S6 edition, the curves are actually built in quite nicely. So it actually fits snug around the head, goes over the ear and keeps them exposed. So if you need to wear headphones, it's easy to put them on. Now, comfort-wise, I feel like the S6 version is a bit more snug, but that's not necessarily bad. I still felt comfortable watching movies and playing games, but I didn't feel like the unit would actually fall off over time. Another smart thing that they finally did was they actually put a built-in fan into the unit. Now, I may be wrong on this, but the fan is actually dedicated towards the fog issue. And the reason for the fogging was because while you're using a head unit, obviously the lenses are at room temperature, but once you put it on your body's generating heat and the phone's generating heat. Hence, the lenses start heating up out of nowhere and then starts fogging up. So what the fan does is that it actually blows heat from the phone to the lenses to warm them up. At the same time, it's helping ventilate the air, obviously. Now, I could be wrong on this, but that's pretty much my experience from using it. Now, before you ask, is the fan loud? Is the fan annoying? And no. I actually didn't hear it at all during my use. Even without headphones, I didn't hear it. The only time you hear the fan actually going is if you actually have the phone in there, you turn everything off, and you literally cup your ear towards the front of the unit to hear the fan. And you hear the littlest of buzzing. But it's definitely nothing intrusive at all. And the one last enhancement that I'm really happy that they put in was an actual adapter unit. Now, I got confused during my unboxing video because I thought it was for the built-in battery, but there is no such thing because they decided to omit that. But this is not necessarily a bad thing, especially for those of you who want to watch movies on this thing. Because all you have to do is while you have your S6 device in the unit and you're using it, just go ahead and plug in the USB cable to an outlet and you can sit there and enjoy your movies for hours on end. Now, obviously, you don't want to have it plugged in while you're playing the apps because your head's going to be moving constantly and you might accidentally rip the cable out of the cord. Now, I did forget one last subtle thing that maybe it is really minor, but I thought it was actually smart on their end. And it's actually on the touchpad on the side. So on the Note 4 edition, you can probably see it's just plain. So when a lot of people, especially first timers, use it, they have trouble locating even the center of the pad. And what they did on the S6 edition, if you can see it right there, they added a little nub there. So you can typically, as soon as you put your finger up to the part, you can actually find the center and then go ahead and start navigating from there. It was very small, but I thought that was actually very smart on their end. Now, the other things that do carry over is obviously the volume control buttons on the side, which is crucial, as well as the focus. Now, one thing they decided to keep the same was actually the lens sizes from the Note 4 version to the S6 edition. And yes, I did measure them and they are the same size. Now, what confuses me is the Note 4 is obviously a bigger screen, hence they need, the big lenses will actually encompass the whole entire phone screen. But you can't transfer the same lens size to the S6 because it's smaller. And what they did was, if you actually look, they cut off the side of the viewing lens. And if you compare it to the Note 4 one, the Note 4 is completely round, while this one's cut off on the side. And that, in turn, is actually my one negative about the S6 version. It pretty much turns a complete perceptual vision into tunnel vision. Now, it's not really that horrible, but it's noticeable for me, especially when I came from the Note 4 and coming to this device. I mean, when you compare it to not just the Note 4 edition, but also the Oculus Rift, it's definitely restricted. Now, does this fully take away from the experience? No. But if you're coming from other devices, you'll definitely feel the difference. One point that I do want to give the lenses for is that they did keep it the same size, meaning the same large viewing angle, at least up and down and going forward. So unlike the Google Cardboard where it's still really small, you're just getting a general sense of virtual reality, this still feels like you're full immersion. It just feels like you have goggles on the side. So for many of you, here's the most important question. Which version of the Gear VR should you buy? I'll put it this way, if you're coming fresh off a contract and you're looking to get into VR and really want to seriously try it out, then get the S6 Edge or the S6 regular one and get the S6 version. It's definitely going to be the best device to get your feet wet in virtual reality. But if you already have a Note 4 or even a Note 3 and are considering upgrading, I would say just wait a few more months for the Note 5 to come out this fall. You can be pretty damn sure that the Note 5 is going to be a beast of a phone and it's going to pretty much take all the improvements that the S6 did and just go beyond them. So here's to hoping, folks. But to sum this all up, I recommend buying this. I mean, if you have a Samsung Galaxy S6 phone or are considering getting one, or even if you have the Note 4, I would say these devices are worth trying out. And they actually recently lowered the price down to $169.99, and I believe you can actually get them cheaper in third-party websites. Now, if this is outside your price range, you also have cheaper alternatives. Prime example, the Google Cardboard. You can get one of these for pretty much $10 now and experience virtual reality. Now, is it going to be the same experience? Look at those lens sizes. No, it's not. But if anything, this is like the kiddie pool of virtual reality. Pretty much get your feet wet, get used to the water, and see if you like to swim or not. And if you're ready to go into the big kid pool, upgrade to this guy. Or even better, if you're ready for the deep end pool, go ahead and get the Oculus Rift. So I don't drag on this video too long, I do encourage you to check out my original review on the Note 4 Gear VR in the annotation I'm going to put here, as well as in the links below. But the passion that I've had for this technology back then still exists today, and I seriously cannot wait for the full retail versions coming out this fall. But guys, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, I encourage you to please go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And if you want more Gear VR content and videos, please go ahead and check out the playlist link that I left in the description box. And before you go, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more content and for more future videos. Thank you for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. This is so cool, guys. Like, oh my gosh, like you can look behind you. There's Jupiter. Like, I can tell you this right now, I've done other VR glasses, and this is, every time I do it, it's just awesome. Like, you never, this is the best intro ever. Like, no matter how many times you try these things,